Hello and welcome to Manifesting Napoleon Hill. I am in beautiful, growing by leaps and bounds, Nashville, Tennessee. Came here on vacation. I'm here at the Wyndham Resorts and enjoying the few days that I'm here. So yesterday, well, they've got this thing called an on-again, off-again, hop-on, hop-off kind of bus, and they're all over the country. I've used this company, it's called the Old Town Trolley, when I was in New Orleans and in Savannah and a few other places that they are. And it's a really good way to get to see the highlights of the city. There's also another company here called Gray Line, which many of you may have heard of. So I've been kind of enjoying that and just a little bit behind on videos, but I'm catching up. As many of you know, I love doing this. I love sharing information with you. And that, I didn't tell you, my name is Beverly Fells Jones, and I am the Silver Fox of Consciousness. And what I love to do is help you become the best that you can be. Become the person that you desire to be. And to help you kind of discover those things that are preventing you, just kind of holding you back, preventing you from moving forward. And in my coaching business, I kind of help you move forward. I become your accountability partner. We mastermind together in order to put plans in place for you to do the things you want. There are times when I make suggestions that you may have gone, really? I can do that? And I go, yeah. Whatever you want to do, whatever you want to create, that is, for me, honest, with integrity, then you can do whatever you desire. Infinite intelligence will give you the information and steer you to the area that you need to be. Today, I'm in Chapter 7 of Napoleon Hill's Think and Grow Rich. Now, Chapter 7 deals with organized planning, but I'm not going to do that section. I'm going to do the part. Chapter 7 is long. It is intricate. You may need a couple of weeks on it. But I just want to talk about the section on leadership. So the section on leadership says, what are the attributes of a leader? And believe me, he's got a nice long list of those attributes. It's 11 of them. So let's talk about them. Courage and confidence. Well, we've talked about confidence before. I've mentioned it and talked about it in a previous video. You must have the confidence to know that what you want to achieve, you can do. That you have the ability to do what it is that you desire. And the courage. You know, many times I have not done certain things because I hear, and many of you may know this one, I've heard my mother's voice saying, "What will people think?" At the time I would I never talked back to my mother. But at the time, it was like, I don't care. It had to do with me going out. You know, I'm in my 20s. I'm having fun, single, early 20s, right? I want to go out and have fun. What will people think if you do so and so? Okay. And in her era, and still in this era, many people worry about whatever people think. Now, again, if you're doing something that's honest, it's not being dishonest or trying to take something from someone through devious means, hurting someone, I'm not in for that, right? But if it's something to make people better, to help people learn things that they may not have learned, go for it. If you've got an invention that will make life better for someone, go for it. Figure out the way to get it out there and in the public. And many of us have watched the show Shark Tank, but many of the people who have been on Shark Tank have already moved forward, and they're at a point where they need assistance to go bigger. Well, if you're just getting started, then you go as far as you can. There are programs available to help you move forward. So that's one. Number two, self-control. You know, some people have this temper, and if you say something that they don't like, then they may go off on you. They may, you know, start yelling or fussing or, you know, that. And Napoleon Hill also referred to self-control in an emotional, relationship, sexual way. Having self-control. So this is having self-control in all areas of your life, not just in business. This is everywhere. Self-control. A keen sense of justice. That's number three. This is attributes of a leader, right? A keen sense of justice. And I may not get this totally right, but I believe it was King Solomon, where two women were claiming a child was hers, and they would not, and you know, of course, you know, two women can't have that one child. But one woman really wanted the child as her own, even though it wasn't hers, and the other one was the real mother. Well, how could he tell which one was the real mother? He said, okay, both of you claim this child as yours. Tell you what, since one of you won't give up, let's cut the child in half, and you get half and you get half. And the one woman said, okay. The other woman said, no, give it to her. Let her have it. You know, or did the other woman say, okay? I don't remember. Got to go find that up in the scriptures. But it was more, I want to say that the mother immediately said, no, let her have the child. I'd rather have my child alive. And that's when he awarded her the child, because he knew the mother would not want to see anything done wrong. Now, if I got this whole story wrong, put it in the comments for those of you that know, or definitely, and you know, give me the scripture if you think about it. Number 4, definiteness of decision. And I've talked about this before, of taking forever to make a decision, make the decision, start doing it, and then change your mind. That is not the attribute of a leader. A leader gets the information. He gets as much information as possible from his team, from his mastermind group, or from her group. He gets all this information, and it may not take forever. Maybe he says, okay, in the next 24 hours, get me this information find this for me so we can move forward or say nay. And so they make the decision. But the other piece is that a leader will make good decisions quickly, not offhandedly, but quickly by analyzing all the information, and is slow to change her mind. Let's give it a little bit more time. Let's see what happens. If, in their opinion, things have gone awry or it's not working at all and it's given it enough time to either show itself to be positive or negative, then they may change their mind. Number 5, definiteness of plans. The successful leader must plan his work and work his plan. Absolutely. All through this book, Napoleon Hill is also talking about you've got a plan. Work it. Do the things that you need to do. For me, I tell you, get the plan. What is it that you want to do? What is it that you want to create? What school do you want to go to? What kind of business do you want to start? What job do you want? And find the very first step that you need to do to go there. And when you do, and you're working it, the next steps will be given to you. You'll find out what the next thing you need to do. Or you may have a whole slew of things that you know you need to do in the very beginning. Work the plan. He says, a leader who moves by guesswork without practical, definite plans is comparable to a ship without a rudder. Now, for those of you who don't know ships and boats, a rudder is the thing that's in the back of the boat that you turn that will give you direction, right? You turn it this way, you go a certain way. I think more of when I'm backing up my trailer and I turn the bottom of the steering wheel in the direction I want the back of the trailer to go. And it works. When I forget, it goes the wrong direction. I've got to make adjustments. And so that's what a leader does. Number 6, the habit of doing more than paid for. Leaders work harder than their followers. And I'm sure many of you have seen this. You go, this person is always doing something. They're always busy. They're always, and I need to brag on myself a little bit. I've had people come to me and say, thank you so much for what you've given. You know, and it's like, yeah, but, you know, this is what you're paying me to do. And it's like, yeah, but I had somebody else, and, well, I won't go there. But you know what I'm talking about. I want to give you more than what you're paying me for. I want you to be successful. Well, right now you're watching a free video, so, but I still want you to be successful. Number 7, a pleasing personality. Now, I don't know if I'm really into that because I've met some leaders whose personality weren't that great, and I felt that they were arrogant and stuck on themselves, and, you know, people had to jump at their it's referred to as like a diva. What do they call men? I don't know. But women, they call them divas because they think they're all that. A pleasing personality, though, with a leader will get you people and followers who will follow you and listen to you and you know, say, okay, she said to do this, let me try it. You know, they won't push back on you, or you won't get negative information coming back to you. Smile. Be happy. Goes back to that self-control piece, right? And that confidence piece. People who are confident aren't bullies. People who are confident in who they are and what they want, they may be a little forceful at times because they're so passionate about what they do, but they have a pleasing personality. If you don't think you have a pleasing personality at this moment, I think I want you to start looking at people that you think have pleasing personalities and emulate them, model them, and then start thinking about what the other person needs, other person wants. What is bothering that person when they're talking to you or whatever. When you start thinking in terms of other people and what their needs are and what their wants are, then that pleasing personality can come about. Because now you're empathetic. You have empathy for that other person. Number 8, sympathy and understanding. So I've already basically talked about that in having a pleasing personality. Have sympathy for people. Don't be a pushover, but listen. Listen. And I'm going to add that. That's number 12. Be a good listener. That's me adding that one there. So interject that. Mastery of detail. And he says this can be learned. Some people are just big picture. I'm a lot of times big picture. But when necessary, I can dive deep and get into the details. Get into the details of how something needs to be done. And 10, this is so important, willingness to assume full responsibility. The leader must assume responsibility for the mistakes and the shortcomings of his followers. If I say to one of my clients, I think you should do this because this is what the outcome I see for you on this, and it doesn't work, then I say, I was wrong. Let's see what we can do to make the change and steer that rudder in a different direction, right? Take responsibility. It says if he tries to shift this responsibility, he will not remain the leader. If one of his followers makes a mistake and shows himself incompetent, the leader must consider that it is he or she who failed. So he also says, choose your followers wisely. I look at this and say, if you're hiring employees, choose them wisely. If you're looking for a partner in your business, choose them wisely. Look at all of their attributes, not just you need money as a partner. You need their attributes. What is it about them that will make them a good partner and will help this business grow? 11, cooperation. Leadership calls for power, and power calls for cooperation. 2 types of leadership. Leadership by consent and leadership by force. And which one do you think works? Leadership by consent. People who follow you, who look at you and do the things that you ask, or you can ask a favor and they'll do it for you because they believe in you and because you have courage and confidence. You exhibit self-control. You have a keen sense of justice. You make decisions quickly and with a good thought, right? You're making those decisions. Definitive plans. Okay, today we're going to do this, 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 and this. I see us here in 6 months. I see us here in a year, in 5 years. He has plans for things to move forward. Habit of doing more than paid for. Becoming a known in your industry or in your business as someone who gives more than asks for. Because in the end, you're going to get a whole lot more back. And word of mouth will go out a whole lot faster than you do in advertisements. A pleasing personality. 7, sympathy and understanding of the people around you and your followers. 9, a master of detail. 10, a willingness to assume full responsibility. The buck stops here. 11, cooperation with your team. A leadership by consent. And number 12 for me is be a very good listener. So I've got a quote for you as I leave you from Napoleon Hill. Through some strange and powerful principle of mental chemistry, which she has never devolved, nature wraps up in the impulse of strong desire that something which recognizes no such word as impossible and accepts no such reality as failure. Impossible is not really a word in a sense, because in it is the word I'm possible. So it is possible for you to do whatever you put your mind to and is in your desire. Get into chapter 7 of Think and Grow Rich. I will be doing another portion of it because there's a section in there that you ask yourself a lot of questions and assess who you are, what you are, and what you're about. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you are new to this channel, please subscribe, hit the bell to know when I do videos. Napoleon Hill, Manifesting Napoleon Hill is just one of the things I talk about. I do a podcast, which most Mondays I upload, and I talk about all kinds of things concerning the mind and sometimes about health. And then another set of videos is cooking, and I'll probably put some videos up about my trip here to Nashville. So yes, my videos say Eclectic Alchemy because I do a lot of things. And yes, I could have 3 different channels, and that would be a lot of work. And personally, I want this channel to be able to show you that you can do a lot of things, that you're not stuck in one area. But my main focus is on you and the way you think and your mindset. And as I've said previously, well, Monday, and so I'm recording this in November, and on Monday I did a podcast and talked about Neville Goddard. And he's another one who talks about the way you think. And we talked about what you concentrate on and how you think about you. So yes, I have an eclectic channel. So just watch the videos that you like, give them a thumbs up, and I will be with you in the next video.